Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So it's that time again. It's our usual Saturday Night Live, and this time I'm home alone. So let me just get the channel live up on the chat on the computer, and then I can follow what's going on. Just waiting for a few people to join us. Let's see who's turned up. So we've got four people in the house. Brandon's Outdoor Adventures is here. Grant's here. How are you guys doing? Thank you guys for both popping in. How are you doing, Grant? How are you doing, Brandon? So yeah, I'm home alone. It's Saturday night. The family's all out. They've gone for a family meal, and left me behind. Reap what you saw is here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. David Carlisle's here. How are you? Yeah, Grant, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Not bad at all. I'm over my little downer from yesterday. Um, I'm I nearly got scammed yesterday by someone. So yeah, I was a little bit upset, but yeah, I'm all right now. So Brandon, what have you been up to? How's your garden going? Reap what you sow. No troll stream yet. Espen's here. Espen, yeah, the trolls are all out. The family's all out, and they've left me behind, guys. Yeah, I stayed behind so I could hang up. So yeah, so I could do this live. Uh, Mike to look back on. Mike to look back. Mike's greenhouse. I've been having trouble logging into main account, so using this one. Ah, I was wondering why I haven't been seeing you around recently. What's been going on? His Royal Blueness is here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Just to say, I love the stuff you do, inspirational in many ways. Thank you, Bob. Bob, thank you very much. That's a really that's a really nice thing to say. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's lovely. That's absolutely lovely. Thank you, mate. Uh, um, they'll be back. Espen, they might be back soon. Give them a couple of hours. Well, probably an hour, and they'll probably turn up. My sister's taking everyone out for a family meal, and they left me behind. My wife told me I can't go. So yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'm being missed. Yeah, I think they wanted like a girly type of meal thing, so they didn't want me spoiling their night. So my mum, my nieces who are teenagers now, my wife, my sister, they've all gone out and they've taken the kids with them. So I'm completely home alone. How long that's gonna? They went out about half an hour ago, so they might be back shortly. My little bit of peace. Linz, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. The Dawn Chorus plot. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Enjoy the piece. Well, I was hoping to just relax but I'm gonna enjoy I'm gonna enjoy having a live stream um, without being raided. And if you've ever seen the trolls come in, they know how to do a raid properly. They'll come in and they'll completely raid the place. They'll take over. It's crazy. It gets crazy in here. Heather Foley's here. Heather, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're well. Espen's looking forward to Christmas. Kelly's here, currently making jam, so will be quiet, but I'm here. Thank you very much for coming in. Backyard Gardener's here. How are you doing? Everyone's coming in today. This is awesome. Kelly, Mike to look back on. That's Mike's greenhouse, everyone. If anyone doesn't know, Mike's greenhouse. That there's his other account that he's using. He's having a bit of trouble logging on with his usual account, so he's using this one. I don't know if it's got how temporary it's going to be or whether this is going to be his new account. But there we that's just his introduction. But we all know him. Um, if anyone hasn't hit that like for me, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like for me, please, I'd really appreciate that. I'm good. How are you? I'm all right. I'm all right. I had a bit of a rubbish day yesterday. I'll tell my story. I nearly got scammed quite horribly. Um, Pretty much ruined my day, and it just made me think how stupid I am. Someone rang me up pretending. Well, I'd lodged a complaint with my internet company a few weeks ago, um, and because my internet's been really slow recently. No, well, I say recently, for the last couple of months, it's been really slow. So I lodged a complaint with my internet company. Um, they said they'd sort it out. Someone phoned me up yesterday saying that they were phoning from my internet company, to say that they know that my internet's really slow and they're gonna resolve it. So they got me to go into the computer, have a look, and there was a load of error messages that were somewhere in the system files. And as soon as I saw them, I was like, okay, this sounds convincing. I've lodged a complaint a few weeks ago. These guys are phoning up to resolve it now, uh, and and this sounds genuine. So I asked them, how do I know you're genuine? And they asked me to run another command on the computer, and that generated like a unique reference number. Well, it's supposedly unique reference number, and they read the reference number back to me and said, okay, this is what your reference number is, and lo and behold, it was the same reference number. So I thought, okay, fine, these guys are genuine. So we carried on, going through his instructions and running these series of scans stuff on my computer, using the command screen, and it looked all convincing. And then he asked me to install something called TeamViewer. TeamViewer gives basically you can have like a meeting with someone else where they can log into your computer and use your desktop remotely. And that started getting me a little bit suspicious. So I got my while I was on the phone to this guy, I got my sister to phone Virgin, on, through the customer care line. So we called up them, and they were like, "No, there's no one on." Well, we were on the phone to them for about 20 minutes in the queue, waiting to get through, and all the while this guy's saying, "Okay, right, generate this," and it generated a message saying that I was owed 200 and odd pound. As a refund because the internet's been slow, so we're not been getting our service, so they're going to give us a refund. And then the next thing was, okay, now put in some verification details, name, phone number, the bank that you bank with. And as soon as it got to that stage, I was like, okay, this doesn't sound right now. This sounds too suspect. You've got all of this sort of information. You've got all of this information. So why do you need it all again? And next thing, he when we started pushing him a little bit, okay, where are you phoning from? What's the office address and stuff? He started getting really agitated, and as soon as he did that, I knew it was a bogus call. Straight away, I mean, I ended the call with him on the through the internet, through TeamViewer, and I switched the modem off. And by this time, we managed to get through to Virgin, and when we got through to Virgin, okay, they confirmed that yes, this was a bit bogus call. So I felt pretty stupid for giving this guy access to my computer. Um, so I spent yesterday evening backing up everything, which is why I mean I didn't even get to put out a video yesterday because normally I get a video out on Friday. It just spoilt my whole day. It was just yeah, it was horrible. Um, I just felt stupid, because normally these people I get phone calls like this, probably 2 or 3 times a week, but I'm quite savvy. Before they get anywhere, I'll put the phone down. I'm not speaking to you. But this guy, I don't know. They just caught me when I wasn't concentrating, and because it sounded like a problem that I was having, it sounded genuine, and they just caught me really off guard. Yeah. You just feel stupid more than anything else. So that's what happened anyway, and that ruined my day yesterday. But yeah, been back at my sister's house today, working there, doing some decorating. So hopefully we should get that finished, the decorating and the garden finished in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, it's not going too bad. So now back, let me catch up with the chat. What's going on here? So Linz hasn't been up to much. She's been tired. Uh, Too much going on in September and October. What's been going on? My new channel will be called Mike's Garden. I'm just using this because it was the account that was logged into it at the time. Okay, so you're setting up a new channel, Mike. Mike Two. Sorry, yeah. Uh, Heather's had a few bogus calls about her Netflix account payments. See that's what I'd normally do. You know, call them up and verify it. And but I don't know. They just caught me off guard. You want to trust people. I'm not techie. I feel. Yeah, exactly. This happened to us too. I pulled the plug once. I twigged a few years ago, but it was very real. Do you know, because it was a problem that I was having. It seemed like it was really genuine. Um, and I put the post on Facebook. I mean, I put the incident on WhatsApp on Facebook, and someone replied. I mean, BT apparently someone's been imitating BT like this and doing the same thing. So BT British Telecom, if that's are they still called British Telecom? I don't know, but BT they've been doing it, imitating them. So yeah, this scam's been going quite a bit, but more than anything, because I logged on, I let the guy have access to my work computer. I was really worried because if I lose the stuff on my, you know, if someone hijacks my hard drive on my computer, then they've really messed me up work wise. So yeah, it was a very stressful day yesterday for me. So that's my little that's me clearing everything off my chest and getting everything off. Yeah, I just needed that. So if anyone was expecting gardening chat and I'm ranting about being nearly scammed, sorry guys. Uh, Goldfish Office is here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. You've changed your logo as well. Your picture that I can't quite make out what it is. Um, I run Linux, so no attacks there. Ah, okay. Is Linux more secure? Um, I was very ill with really bad tonsillitis. Lasted about 2.5 weeks. Then my parents finalised their move up here at the beginning of October. I read about your tonsillitis. Are you all better now? I get tonsillitis quite a couple of times a year. I'm tempted to actually go to the doctors and ask for them to remove my tonsils because when it's bad, it's really bad. So I feel your pain. And are your parents moving up to Scotland? As in settling there, or are they just coming to visit? Sorry, I can't stay long tonight. I'm getting my channel set up on my devices and setting it up. Mike, get that set up. Get your channel. Get to work. No need to apologise at all. Thanks for coming in. You get to work. Get that channel up and get yourself back. Yeah, Mike to look back on. This is Mike's greenhouse. We all know him as Mike's greenhouse. Everyone knows him. Um, great lad. Um, he's having trouble with his channel, so he's having to set up a new channel. So once he's all set up and he's back, then we'll 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 make sure we go and say hello to him. Um, Goldfish is saying hello to everyone. Linux is way more secure than stupid Microsoft. Ah, okay. I've never used Linux. Is it similar? Is it similar to using Microsoft? Because do you like Apple? I can't use an Apple computer. It makes no sense because I'm just so used to using Microsoft. Um, I still have my tonsillitis. Oh, Heather, that's. Do you use anything for it? It floored me badly. Parents have moved up here permanently. Ah, okay, that's nice. Not a problem, Mike. Not at all. Yeah, not an issue at all. Likes. If anyone hasn't hit that like, please hit that like for me. You can get set up on Linux, which reacts like Windows. It's easy. Okay. I'm gonna have a look at that. But the thing is, this I've never had a hack attack or anything like that, um, and it was me giving the guy access to my computer. So if it's even on Linux, I guess if I'm stupid enough to give someone access, then you can't. No matter how much security you've got, you can't beat that. No, I've been lucky, not had any problems. Knock on wood. Heather, you're lucky. Yeah. Um, I thought I was doing all right so far, but yeah. So what's everyone? How's everyone's garden going at the moment? Um, yeah, Goldfish. I ain't seen you for a while. I've been back live for quite regularly. Uh, but I think I had 1 week off in the middle where I had tonsil. Yeah, I had tonsillitis, so that's one of the reasons that I was off a couple of weeks ago. Sam's allotment diaries here. Sam, how are you doing, mate? Thank you very much for coming in. Off topic, but I like your velvet curtains. Heather, do you know what? They're homemade curtains as well, you know. Um, we looked at buying some of those types of curtains, and they cost a fortune. They cost an absolute fortune. Um, so I said to my wife, look, we can make these at home. So we just bought some material from the market, bought some cheap linen to go as a liner for the curtain, and yeah, Bob's your uncle, and that's it up there. Uh, don't feel too bad. Fell for a Microsoft problem once too, but pulled the plug quickly once I realised. I know, but you can't. Because I tell people, look, because I tell people that we should watch out for these kind of things. But yeah, and I'm normally quite good. Um, you fix that light bulb yet? Not yet, Sam. I'll get round to it. I'll get round to it. It's on my list of things to do. I'll fix it. It's up there. I'm still dealing with my chronic syndrome. So when I'm not here, I'm just too sick. You don't need to explain. I know you're suffering, and I know you're not well a lot of the time, and I appreciate it when you do come in. You don't need to explain anything to me at all. Um, how's the weather there? Here it's warm, 12 degrees plus. Wow. Here it was. I think it was about nine or 10. I saw the thermometer in the car, so it was quite warm. It's quite, yeah. I think we've only had one serious frost. We've had a couple of light frosts so far, and one day last week there was actually when I started my car in the morning there was ice on the windscreen for the first time this year. The gardens, most of the stuff in the gardens pretty much had it. We've got a few radishes in there, um, I've still got a pumpkin out there to be honest with you, but the greenhouse is doing all right. I've still got loads and loads of chilies in the greenhouse. My aubergines, they or eggplant as um yeah, as the Americans say, eggplant. My aubergines they're fruiting like crazy at the moment. I think we picked three yesterday, so yeah, we're not doing bad. Uh, uh, Linda's got an IT degree and still nearly got tricked by a Microsoft scammer. So it can happen to the best, best of people. So that gives me a bit of comfort that I'm not that thick. Well, Mrs. says, like every vlog says, yes, I'll get round to it. It's on my list. I promise I'll get round to it. I've supposed to well, our oven broke a while ago. I can't even remember how long ago, and I'm supposed to organise getting that fixed. Um, and yeah, I think my wife reminds me about it every day. It's drizzling today, about 60 degrees. 60 degrees. What's that in Celsius? Heather, now I've all glass. I need a I need a greenhouse. Have you got a greenhouse now, Espen? Please always remember how awesome you are. You've grown so much with your channel. I'm so proud of it. Thanks, Goldfish. You've always been very supportive, and that's something I really appreciate. Thank you. You've encouraged me a lot. I mean, right the way from my very first live stream, all the way to now. You're still there. I appreciate it. Um, Heather Foley, yeah, yes, but it's been my dream to have a greenhouse built out of used windows. I have a pile saved. Um, Shubs is here. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. I hope you're well. Thank you very much for coming in. Uh, how are you? How are you keeping? And I love your chicken posts on Instagram. By the way, they're really cool. Um, it's been my dream. I said the same thing 2 years ago about hanging a canvas. See, Sam, you know what? You know what it's like. Things just pile up. The list it never ends. That list just gets bigger and bigger. And every time you cross one thing off, another two or three things are added to it. So it doesn't stop. My carpentry skills aren't as good as yours, but one day. See, Heather, do you know the greenhouse that I've got? We built that ourselves. Most of that's reclaimed wood. The things that are real, well, the wood that I bought, like the four corner posts, and the plastic sheeting. I use plastic polycarbonate. Uh, Someone a few streets ago was throwing away some patio doors, so I brought them and I've used them as the glass patio doors. Use them. Um, the wood that I've used to make the roof and the side panels, they're from neighbours' extensions, so it's come out of people's roofs. Um, some old decking boards that people were throwing away. Just brought that all over and just built myself a nice greenhouse. I mean, the to buy the greenhouse that I've got, it probably cost a couple of £1,000. But I built my greenhouse. I built my greenhouse. The only expensive part was the plastic, and that cost about £400. The materials, paint, and everything else, 50, 60 quid. So I got there. Um, yeah, so about just less than £500. I got a 2 grand greenhouse, so I was quite happy. Shubs, thanks. I've been good. Been a bit inactive with Instagram lately as I've been busy working. But next year, inshallah, we'll be building a new shed out of blocks. Okay. Is that a shed for your chickens? Um, Reclaimed is the best, yeah, because they make the list long. Yeah, exactly, Sam. The list just gets longer and longer and longer. See, Espen, yeah, plastic. It's the thing that I can work with easiest. That's gonna stay there for what 15, 20 years at least. So yeah, I'm not. It's not one time use plastic. YouTube won't let me sign into the other account that I made, so I guess I'll be signing in using this one. Why won't, are you getting an error message when you sign in? When you try and sign in? You're a greenhouse snob, Espen. Yeah, he sounds like it, doesn't he? Magnetic G's here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're well. Uh, A with an accent on it. What does A with an accent on it mean? I was thinking of using clear fiberglass grooved roof panels for the roof. See, I just use polycarbonate all over. So polycarbonate on the roof, polycarbonate down the sides. I was thinking of using like the thin corrugated plastic, but it's really brittle, so it's hard to cut. But the twin wall polycarbonate, you can cut that with a pair of scissors. So it's really easy to work with, and you can stick screws through it and just batten it down with some wood. So it's very, very, very safe, very, very easy to use, and very, very user friendly. I was so nervous biking home from the plot after what happened when I was on my way home yesterday. Yeah, I saw your post on Facebook about the man getting stabbed. That's it's crazy. That's absolutely bonkers. What kind of world we're living in at the moment? Absolutely bonkers. Um, it says my email doesn't exist when I use this phone, but on other device it just says error and YouTube crashes. Can you log? Are you able to log on from a computer? Yeah, Heather, my kids are spoiled. Every, that's a parent's job to spoil their kids, though. Maybe as a bit different. Maybe. Um, we might be talking about different stuff. So yeah, yeah, we could be talking about completely different stuff. Um, if anyone hasn't hit that like for me, please hit that like for me. Magnetic G saying very good. He's very good. Nice. Every day it's happening here. I'm thinking of moving. Where would you move to? Kelly's jam's all finished. That's Kelly from My UK Homestead. If anyone doesn't know her, go and say hello. Um, jam's all finished. We're hoping for a video from her soon. What jam are you making? So it still won't let you log in from a laptop. If it's not letting you log in from a laptop, then is it just crashing or is it giving you an actual error message? Uh, hit that like, absolutely, please. If you haven't hit that like, please hit that like. Lobster season is here. Tomorrow we set lobster traps. 1 kilo lobster here cost $80. Wow. $80 for a lobster. That's an expensive meal, that. That's a very expensive meal. I came across a Chinese student walking from park um, after being jumped. He had his phone and tablet taken. It's just mental because and he was stabbed in the process. Was he seriously injured? Tonight I made lazy apple and blackcurrant jam. I'm desperately trying to use up all my apples. See, we do this thing where with apples, you can chop the apples up really small. So like so that, well, just like you chop a salad, so really really small little steaks. And then we add a little bit of coriander, little bit of salt, little bit of chili, uh, and a roasted garlic, and just mix it all up. Crush the roasted garlic, and then mix it all up, and then have it like a little fruit salad, but it's not like a conventional fruit salad where it's nice and sweet mixed with other fruit. This is you've got the tanginess of the apples with all this spice mixed into it, and it just gives it a proper nice little kick. Yeah, I like that. I like that. That's what we've been doing with our apples. Yeah, so it's quite nice. Um, on laptop it says error occurred while trying to log in, but on my iPad it crashed, and on my phone it says my email doesn't exist. Are you able to get in contact with them? See, Shubs is saying aloo chat, like aloo chat, but this is made with apples. Yeah. So it's fresh. It is a chat. It is a type of chat. Um, I passed him. I noticed his face was covered in blood, and then after police cleaned him, found a wound to his head, then a stab to his hand. Sam, that's mental, man. Um, fresh ginger. Fresh ginger. Sorry, Heather. Are you talking about the mix that See, I know what you mean. I've had it before. Can't remember its name. See, it's very similar. We just add knee to then, so it's chutney. So yeah, no, we don't put ginger in. A bit of coriander, freshly cut coriander. Um, a little bit of chili powder. Um, little bit of salt. Um, and a roasted garlic. So it has to be roasted garlic. Sounds amazing. I'll have to try it. I'll do a little. Yeah, yeah. Kelly, it's lovely, man. It's absolutely lovely. We used to have it all the time when we were kids. We'd go scrumping for apples. Where I grew up in Sheffield, I knew where all the apple trees were. So all the wild apple trees. So we'd go scrumping for apples all the time. So I'll come back with carry bags full of apples, and we'll be going crazy with them. But you can't do that when you're an adult. It's harder to do that when you're an adult. The issue makes me consider quitting YouTube. I'm just fed up with all these glitches. Don't quit, Mike. Um, really don't quit. Because you're not the first person to have issues. Look at what's happened with Carl, and he's making a comeback. Come on, don't do it. You've put in a lot of effort. You're doing pretty well on here. Just keep at it, mate. I can see you as being, the next Hugh. What's his name? I can't remember his surname. Hugh Richards. Yeah, I can see you there. I can see you there, mate. Don't quit. I've made about 200. Um, I love coriander. Do you mean the dried seed or fresh leaves? Fresh leaves. Always fresh leaves. Yeah, fresh leaves. I've made about 200 jars of jams, pickled. Where's that comment gone? I'll come back up here. And chutneys so far. It's really hard work. Barely been to the plots. How are you getting all your produce if you're not getting down to the plot to make all of this? To be honest, I'm glad I found him, and instincts told me to turn around and help him. Uh, Glad I did. I was heading way to see. That sounds like a close call, Sam, as well. That really sounds like a close call. Have you still got stuff growing on your plot, Kelly? Um, I, I'd be pretty shaken up by that. Uh, Espen's going. Espen, you take care, and I'll see you soon, mate. Thank you very much for coming in and sticking around for a bit. I made a lot of fish cakes, Heather, and frozen. Don't you dare. See, exactly, there you go, Mike. Don't you dare quit. See, you've been told now. uh, Not a problem, Mike. Not at all. Picks and Sounds is here. Hello, assalamu alaikum. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Um, how are you keeping? Thank you very much for coming in. That's a new channel to everyone. I'm literally harvesting and bringing it home. No work being done. Lows still growing. Three freezers are rammed. We'll never go hungry. See, when we normally because we normally grow for a big push on our pumpkins and squash, and I think that's been a bit of a mistake this year because they've failed this year. Um, where our produce, apart from a few salads and stuff, has been is quite light. I've still got loads of carrots in the ground, and I've still got loads of spuds in the shed. I've still got loads of spuds to pull yet. Oops. Terry King's here, robotic gardening on a budget. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. The man's an absolute legend. How are you? Uh, was it was too close for my comfort, that's for sure. But he was taken away by ambulance, and just pray he recovers quickly. Absolutely, man. Um, it's mental, Sam. It's absolutely mental. Um, if you did move from Leicester, where would you move to? Bring on the zombie apocalypse. Look, you're all right. I'm gonna be starving. See, we've just got a few spuds. Well, I say a few. We've got quite a lot of spuds in the shed. We've still got some. We've still got quite a few onions in there. We've got enough garlic to last all year. Nick's allotment diaries here. Nick, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I hope you're well. Yeah, we've still got lots of garlic. We've got enough garlic to last all year. We've planted loads of our own garlic. What else have we got in the shed? We've got probably about four or five small pumpkins, so not massive pumpkins, but they're about that sort of size. Uh, I've got a few gourds in the freezer. So yeah, we've got. Oh, and I've got loads of beans as well. So loads of beans dried, loads of beans in the freezer. So yeah, that's all right. Looks like you're gonna be all right after Brexit. Yeah, Shubs, we're ready for everything. What have you been up to, Nick? And Nick's doing some lovely harvesting recently as well. Um, he's putting on some lovely displays of what he's harvesting. Yeah, I like that. Forgot to add why dealing. I forgot to add why while dealing with a Chinese lad. Two other lads came over within 2 minutes and claimed they had also been attacked by the same guys. They ran, so stayed safe. That's crazy, you know. Nick's allotment. Uh, Nick saying hey, hi to Kelly. Five big sucrine de berry squash and some small butternut. You've beat me, Heather. Sucrine de berry. I'm gonna have to have a look at that kind of squash. I've never heard of that. Let me quickly grab that. Oh, stop. Oh, let's have a look at what that thing is. Ah, that looks nice. That does look nice. Sorry guys, I was just checking out Heather's squash. I've moved to Wales. If I'm honest, city life is just too much for me. I want to get out in the country, Sam. I want to get out in the country, but it's expensive though. Land is just so expensive, and the houses out there are really small as well. I thought the city houses were small, but the houses in the country are small, and you've got so much planning restrictions as well. Zainab Shabib is here. Assalamu alaikum. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Please hit that like as you're coming in for me. I'd really appreciate it. It's good you don't have guns in your country. Heather, we do, but not as common. They're not as common. There was a lad my age shot dead about a mile from where I am. Quite horrible. But they were they were into drugs. They were messing about with drugs, and they were messing about with the wrong crowd. One tried to rip another one off and ended up getting shot. But there's been a few. I'm in quite a big city, but there is yeah, there is where I used to live. There was that sort of stuff all the time. Don't get me listing all my squash again. Don't know how we'll eat them all. Post them to me. We had a bad year. We had a bad year with squash. I think we've got small, five pumpkins about this size, and I think we've got about five or six gourds this year. But normally we do really well. Last year we had a couple of wheelbarrows full. It was a really good year last year. It, so there's plenty of guns on British Street. Just still, yeah, there is some. It's just not as because it's not as common, but there's plenty about, and I think they're getting worse and worse. It's not as flavourful as butternut, but similar. A bit grainy, but the plant is beautiful. Ah, okay. Um, Mike's back. Uh, Kelly, your cupboard certainly looked full in your last picture. I want to move out to the country as well, but my only problem will be trying to find the local halal shops and mosques, etc. Will be far from family. That's the big problem, Shubs. I teach in madrasa, so um, that'd be a big issue there. Um, but if you're out in the country, you could do all you could, for food wise, you could take care of that yourself. Um, but what I'd love to be is just on the outskirts of a city. So just on the outskirts of a big city. That'd be a good spot for me. Not too far out, but just close enough to be in, but not too far out. Or maybe an old small town. Um, it was a bad year here in Tennessee. Go Fish is leaving. Go Fish, have a great evening, and we'll see you soon. Thank you very much for coming and spending some time with us. Take care. They are Nick. My freezer and dry storage, pumpkins, onions, garlic, potato, etc. are rammed. I'm amazed for my first full year growing. Kelly, sounds like you've done absolutely amazing. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Um, you take care. Yeah. Take yeah. Uh, you can buy guns off what British call the black web. See, Sam, in the old days, they used to be able to just go down to a dodgy, dodgy area in the city and be able to buy them from there. Adam A is here. Assalamu alaikum. What accent is that, brother? It's a Leeds accent. Well, it's a cross between a Leeds accent and a Sheffield accent. So, yeah, it's a bit mixed up. um, Say my friend lives on the outskirts in the countryside. It's a perfect spot. He runs a poultry farm. Ah, whereabouts in the country is he? I wouldn't mind doing a little visit. I'm in Somerset Village. It's perfect, but I'd love to be a little bit further out. Uh, Adam A, where are you from? I live in a. Ooh, I missed that last comment. I wanted to read that one. Slow down. I'm chopping up the last of my jalapeno for the pot of soup. Unfortunately, a lot of the lovely villages on the outskirts of cities are falling apart too fast. Yeah, that's one of the that is one of the things, but still, just being away from. I want to be away from as many people. I do want to get out a bit. Barbara's allotments here. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. And if you can hit that like for me as you're coming in, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you. How are you doing, Barbara? How's your allotment doing? Uh, he's in Birmingham. Ah, okay. I get down that end. I get that. Yeah, I get down that end quite a bit. My in-laws live in Walsall, so I get down that end. You could also maybe donate to a homeless shelter, maybe Hilly, your abundant squash harvest. Um, just outside East London, small garden but decent harvest this year. Mashallah, that's fantastic. That's absolutely awesome. Do you garden in your back garden or do you have an allotment? It's all good and weedy. See, I've been lucky with weeds this year. We get very few weeds, but dandelions seem to just, no matter what you plant in dandelions, just want to, yeah, I'm getting in there. Uh, Heather, I donate lots of food. I'm trying to be as self sufficient as possible. So nice to have squash that store well. Squash are brilliant for that because you'll easily get you could easily get 6 months storage out of them. Not a problem. That's what we managed to do with our pumpkins last year. We got some courgettes, not courgettes, marrows to last about 3 or 4 months, so well into winter. But they have to be mature to be able to manage that sort of length. I want a house on top of a small mountain, top of Mount Snowdon. You won't get anything to grow up there, mate. You'll be struggling to get stuff growing up there. My weeds are doing really well. Me too, Kelly. I get it. I'm working towards the same. See, I'd love to. Do you know what? I keep toying with the idea of getting a little backyard goat or a backyard sheep, and then maybe having our own milk supply. We've got the space for a little goat, uh, but the paperwork is just mental here. Do you know? It's really difficult. Do you know the paperwork is really difficult. See, the only thing I can guarantee you there is icy water in at the top of Mount Snowdon. Uh, I beat the scrap metal man to an excellent petrol mower on Friday. Damaged pull cord, but will be ideal for mulching the leaves before putting them in the bin. Terry's always out finding stuff. So, are you going to be able to fix that yourself then? Now that's a video that I'd like to see. Do you know how you repair that? I want to go to what paperwork. See, Shubs, you need a license, a livestock license, and then if you ever move it from the property, then you need another license. You need to file paperwork to move it, say where you're moving it from and where you're moving it to, and how you're moving it. So you need all of that sort of stuff. Then you've got to worm it, inject, give it its vaccinations, all of those kind of things, and you need to keep paperwork for them. And then you need a visit from people to say that from the authorities to say that you're keeping it secure. So it's not a straightforward process. It's really difficult or really complicated for someone. Yeah. Brian's here from Allotment Life. Brian, how are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. Um, how's your allotment, buddy? Dandelions are delicious, Sam. Uh, I'm looking. The leaves are. Am I being a bit? Well, is it me or are the leaves not falling as regularly as they should be? Because I'd expect the leaves to be full, everywhere right now, but the trees still look green. A lot of the trees are still green. There's a massive sycamore that normally drops its leaves quite early at the bottom of my garden, but that's still green. The leaves aren't even changing colour yet, so I don't get what's going on. Um, I don't want to see the bed. Sam, what did I miss? I missed something about Sam going to bed. Uh, I'll keep it in my shed. Nobody will notice. If you've got a goat in your shed, Shubs, see the people that always get you into trouble are your neighbours. See, I've told some of the guys on here before that one of my neighbours complained when I had a rooster, and the council were threatening to give me an ASBO because because I had a rooster. I got a nectarine and a pear tree yesterday, both dwarf varieties. See, I used to have a peach tree, Barbara, but I really struggled with, peach leaf curl. Um, and every year it seemed to get worse and worse. So I think it was the year before last I got really wound up by it, and one day I just went out and cut it in half, as you do. Now that area is just full of strawberries. I can start it, but would never show how I did it, as it's not the best thing to show health and safety. Could you repair it? Is what I'm saying. If you did, could you do like a repair video? Uh, so Brian's knackered, tendons damaged now. Oh, Brian, what's happened? Uh, is that wear and tear, or have you done something? Some trees in Manchester shed before changing colour. I'm not seeing a lot of leaf drop at the moment, and I thought by now it'd be quite, the ground would be covered in leaves. I mean, we went for a walk through the woods on Friday, mushroom hunting. I've got a mushroom hunting video coming out soon. Um, but yeah, even then there wasn't loads of loads of leaves on the ground. Adam is saying my courgettes are still growing. So many green beans too. Had to donate them to everyone. That's awesome. See, with courgettes, marrows, squash, all of that sort of thing, this year has been really poor for me. I mean, the first year that I start videoing everything and putting myself out there, it's just been really bad. Strawberries go wild in my garden. See, I've got a bed about 5 meters long. It's about 5 meters by a meter, just full of strawberries and raspberries. And the kids go. I mean, the kids love strawberries, so yeah, they do all right. No, I've been all right till now. What At one point I had 8 roosters crowing away every day from dusk till dawn. See, Shubs, I had 4 roosters at one point, but that was only for a short while. But I always kept one rooster, and then one of my neighbours complained to the council. They sent me a letter saying, "You, if you don't get rid of this rooster, you're getting an ASBO." Um, yeah, so I had to get rid of my rooster or get an ASBO. Need a good frost to get the leaves falling, Nick. That would cost. That would cost money. Okay, to repair it. Um, I was always told as a kid, if you pick dandelions, they'll make you. I've got to go and clean up the kitchen. Kelly, take care. We'll see you soon. I feel this. I fell this morning on top stair. What did they say, Bry? The hospital. So some say myth or not is not chancing dandelion tea. Uh, I would I would have took the Asbo. Uh, only got one Asil rooster now, but he doesn't seem to crow too loudly. See, I love Asil chickens. They're amazing. Especially the roosters. If you can get a really nice one, they look amazing. Um, they really do look something special. But they're not safe around kids because they're. I mean, you see them all the time. Do you know, when we go to Bangladesh, you see them everywhere, um, and people keep them, but they're not safe around kids because they will really go for them. Uh, so Brian, that's tough. Sorry to hear, mate. So Brian, how did you get on at the hospital? Damaged tendon. Is that going to repair it? Do you know, is it seriously damaged, or is it going to repair itself, or they're going to have to operate? Knee wouldn't take my weight. Possibly osteoarthritis in my knee. Oh man, I'm really sorry to hear that, Bri. Um, yeah, you've not had it easy recently, especially with your scooter breaking, having to rearrange the plot, and now this. This is You've not had it easy at all, mate. I had some fab news that my old plot mate is getting kicked off the site, so I can enjoy the site again now. Did you move plots after? Do you know that incident with all the issues we had with him, or did you get a plot on the same site? But yeah, Barbara's saying brilliant, Sam. I'm, I'm pleased for you. Yeah, it's good. You need a bit of good luck to your way, mate. I previously kept one to breed, and that was very aggressive towards the other chickens. But that was all right without the kids. But that was all right around. Oh, it was all okay. See, I had a young rooster a while ago, a few years ago now. My son still remembers it. Um, he had this. The rooster just didn't like my son. I mean, anytime he saw my son, he'd just attack my son. And one day, I think my son was about four or five at the time, and it pecked at my son, and it took his glove and ran away with his glove, and my son started crying. So I just said, okay, that's enough. So I took hold of the rooster and I said, okay, this is enough. So that day the rooster was dinner. Sorry to any vegetarians out there, but yeah, I'm not having a rooster attack my son. Um, are you any close to getting a bungalow, Brian? Great. Just went is here, Jessica. How are you doing? Thank you very much for coming in. I really appreciate your visit. How are you keeping? My biggest concern is trying to keep them safe from people trying to steal it because people use our seal chickens for cockfighting. Yeah, big issue. I'll be back on the plot before too long. See, nothing stops Brian, but keep your head up, man. We love it. We love your little updates. We love your yeah, we really do. Why not get some female chickens? What they're for, meat or eggs? Adam, I've got 14 chickens, female chickens at the moment. Uh, Mainly just for eggs. Um, some of them are getting quite old now. So I'm thinking of yeah, probably next season we'll get some young chicks to raise. Um, but I'm thinking about getting some ducks as well, and my son wants a rabbit, so we might have a little farm here. My uncle has had a few of his stolen over the years. That's why they haven't posted any pictures of them on Instagram. Okay, okay. Um, Jessica, I'm all right. I'm all right. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Bit tired, but yeah, all right. I've got hens as well. Check out my Instagram. Shubs has got some awesome looking Pekins. A lot. Most of yours are bantams, aren't they? Um, okay, Terry's bedtime. His wife's calling. Terry, have a great evening. We'll see you soon. Thank you very much for coming and spending some time with us. Yeah, Heather's saying bunny. Yeah, he wants a rabbit, but I know it's going to be me who has to look after it. It always is. Um, he wants some rabbits. And I was doing I was asking a few people about keeping rabbits. From the sounds of it, they're not easy. They are a lot of work. They're not easy to look after. From the vaccinations to the amount of space they need, the diet, and everything else, they're not very. They're not solid. As they're not as carefree as chickens. I think my hens seem to be high flyers. Had to cut cut the side cut the side wing as one tried to hop a 6 foot fence. They can all shift quite. Do you know if they get a good gust of wind behind them, they can all shift quite. Yeah, they can shot. They can. Sorry, I'm just plugging my charger in. Um, Otoko Mia's here. So I think I'm back. Um, yeah, just as we're having a decent chat, the the internet decides to plack up again. So this is what see. These are the issues that I've been having, and I've been trying to get it resolved, and that's why I was taken in by these little scammers. Um, don't want to ruin the mood, but rabbits taste good. You can get halal ones online for around a tenner. See, do you know you're on my wavelength? I was thinking maybe something similar. We love our bantams, feather footed and all. See the Pekins. I like Pekins. I like the way the Pekins look. Do you know, with the hairy feet, they look well cool. I think, and they're nice and fluffy as well. But the one that I do want, what's the name? It's going out of my mind now. Um, it's gone out of my mind. But I want one of those giant chickens. What are they called? Is it Australopes? Absolutely huge. Anyone seen Monty's hens? They're sold. They have zero frames. See, some of mine are quite old. I've got some that I've had since I started keeping chickens, and that's 8 years ago, and they're still and they were a couple of years old when I got them. So they're like Brahmas. That's it. Brahmas. I want some Brahmas. They just look like big, dopey, massive things. Well, nice. Um, didn't know you had chickens. Not a problem, Adam. Not a problem at all. Not a problem. Yeah. Young peahens are the same way. Yeah, I heard rabbits meant to be good for you as well. Many people raise meat rabbits. I know. I could not do it though. Um, See, I thought about it, but I had a little chat with my wife the other day and said, "Would you eat rabbit?" And she was like, "No." So, but I'm still very tempted. I bought a few more hens the other day, two speckledy and two black Australopes. Um, I like speckledies. Speckled. Right, guys. This is getting a bit. The internet it's crashed on me a couple of times now. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I think I'll end it here. I'm sorry, we're having a good chat, and I think I'm gonna have to end it before it suddenly cuts out and I can't get back online. Um, so thanks everyone for coming and spending some time with me. I really appreciate it. Um, and I'll see you. I'm live for those of you who are coming in here first time. I'm live Saturday night, every Saturday, 8 o'clock. So I'm here at that time. Hopefully I'll get a new video out on Monday. And I'll see you all next week. And I'll leave it there. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.